movie where the squirrel walks by and people pump it up? Somebody told me I'm that movie.
Squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah. Okay. So all week long, I've been praying that something I say can add value to you guys' life, because I am like extremely mad that the devil brings so much fear on us and holds us back from so much of his business. Does anybody else besides me experience fear? It's not. Okay, I'm talking to something. No, I ain't got no fear. Okay. Well, I am a big scaredy cat. My whole life, I've been a scaredy cat. Okay. Before I even started this business, I was a scaredy cat. Me and my husband went to Rite Aid one time, and when we came out, I got in the driver's seat, he got in the passenger seat, and this man comes up to his window, and he's like tapping on the window, and I already have the car front. And I'm like, oh God, door open, door window. And my husband, he's like looking back and forth like, what? And I'm backing up the car, and this man is walking with my car, tapping on the window like this. And Ryan's like, what are you doing? You're going to run him over. I said, don't worry, he wants to kill us. He wants to, So the man starts yelling, you left your bag inside the car, or inside the store. And I was so embarrassed because I knew that I had an issue, bad issues with fear. And I've always been like that. I struggle with it even now. I am doing better. But I have a fear of what people think of me and rejection. And back in January, I was listening to a devotional on Beth Moore, and she said, whatever your biggest fear is, the devil will use that to hold you back from your purpose. If it's a fear of being a bad mom, he'll beat that in your head, and something that you're supposed to do in life, he's going to hold you back from that as a mother or a wife or whatever. She said, you have to figure out what your biggest fear is, and I was thinking, what would be mine, And I thought, it's probably the fear of what people think of me and being rejected. Because I am insecure, and I know that a lot of people are like, I would never think that of you, but I am. I am that paranoid person that walks away from my friends, and I think, what are they saying about me? I mean, even today I did it. Where were we at? Here, I think, on the stuff, the thing. I'm like, you guys want me? I do that, and I hate that, but that's what I do. So when Beth Moore said that, I was thinking, okay, what's my biggest fear? My biggest fear is what people think of me. Okay, so she said, you have to declare war on that, because the devil will use it to hold back your purpose in life. And so I was like, okay, well, that's what we're going to declare war on. Now, I wasn't even thinking it had nothing to do with my business. I was just thinking that's what holds me back. So this lady sent me a message on Facebook, and she said that she's high school friends with my mama, but I had never met her before. But she said, I have a word from God for you, and I need to call you. It's very strong. I tried to call you yesterday, but I couldn't get a hold of you. And I'm thinking, she's going to tell me I'm going ambassador this year. I was like all excited because I was wanting that word, And so I was like, well, yeah, you can call me at 12 o'clock. I'll be here. And she was in Hawaii, 5 hours behind me. So she called me. She's like, I know that we don't know each other, but she said, do you know what I've been going through this year? I did. Her 32-year-old son got cancer, and 8 months later he passed away. She took care of him the whole 8 months and watched it. It was a terrible time. And she said, during that time, I've been, you don't know what you've done for me. And I'll go to your Facebook page, and you just, you're so real. And I'll think, what is that crazy Christina said today? And so I'll go and I'll read what you've said. It just makes me feel better. And I'm thinking, that's nice, but where's my word? I'm like, thank you. Because I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. It could be your best friend and your worst enemy. And she said, yeah, you could tell that. I didn't tell her that, but she said you could tell your struggle. So I knew that's what she meant. Because, I'm one of them that writes it and 5 seconds later deletes it because it'll be negative on Facebook. So where I'm like, I ain't saying who the status is about, but but I'll delete it. So she said, but I do have something to tell you. God wants me to tell you something. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, here it is. So she said, it might not mean nothing to you. It might not be a big deal right now, but he really wants me to tell you. She said, I think you're going to think I'm crazy. I don't know. She said, what he wants me to tell you is what other people think of you is none of your business. So, of course, I just started howling because that morning was the devotional. So it was such a confirmation word that, okay, it's time to step out, stop letting the fear of what people think of me and the fear of rejection rule my life and my It Works business, because I've been doing this 3 years, and honestly, I thought I wouldn't scare people think. I'm like, I don't care if they think I'm that crazy rap girl, but honestly, I have been scared that they would think I was silly or stupid, and that happened in January. We go to conference 2 weeks later, and for the first time in my whole 3 years, I'm seeing the people on stage, and I'm thinking, I can do this. I really think I can be an ambassador, and that's the first time ever I had let myself think that. So I realized right there, okay, well, I've been fearful of success. You know, I didn't want people to think I was snotty or thought I was better than somebody. So, you know, because I would always say, my friends, like, I'm going after that bonus. I'm like, whatever God does, that's fine. I'm not going to go after that bonus, you know, because I think I was fear of failure, fear of success, fear of all of that. And so I'm watching that stage, and I'm thinking, yeah, I can do that. And I have this visual of people rolling their eyes on Facebook if I really went all out and said, I'm going to be an ambassador, you know, I'm going to do this. And then I had a second vision where I was standing before God, He was saying, I had so many people for you to help. So many people. And in my vision, I was like, well, God, that person on Facebook, they thought that crazy rap thing wasn't going to work. So I'm sorry, but I just couldn't do what you wanted me to do. And as I visualized, it was like a daydream, you know, and I'm thinking, how absurd the fact that we have something that can help so many people, but I'm so worried that they're going to think I'm silly. I mean, that's crazy that if we stand before Him and He says, you could have helped so many people, the fact that we let what other people think of us hold that back, I mean, that is like, in the bigger picture, that is a really, really silly thing. I think I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so being fearful of that, of rejection, what people think, has really held me back. But, you know, I was thinking this week, as I was deciding what I was really going to say to hopefully help some of you guys, and I was thinking, really, you know, fear of a lot of stuff is a state of mind, of course. Now, I don't need to go jump in like an ocean of sharks and think, I'm not scared, I'm not going to get hurt, because that would be dumb. But fear of what people think, and fear of rejection, and fear of success and failure, and all these fears we have in this business. You know, like we were talking about fear of blitzing. Like, well, I don't like walking people with blitz. But listen to this. If I wake up every morning and I have faith that God is going to fill my lungs with air, and that my organs are going to work, and the blood's going to go through my body, but yet, if I woke up and handed this person a blitz card that could change their whole life, but fear of just saying, no, I don't want that, I mean, what are they going to do to me? Are they going to take my organs? No. I mean, can they make me not breathe? No. So, in the grand scheme of things, why does that make me so scared? Why does that worry me so much? You know, fear will paralyze us. It will stop us dead in our tracks where we cannot move. One night I come home, my husband's working, I come home with my kids, I hear something in the Coke box, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the mouse. You know, I was like, I remember being in the kitchen and not leaving that kitchen because I was thinking, ain't no way that mouse is going to get out and run across my bed when I was sleeping. My husband worked at night then. I got a nap. And so I called my friend. I said, what you doing? She said, I just got home from hunting. I said, yeah, we hunt. I mean, I don't. Because I'm scared of guns. So I told her, I said, bring that gun down here because we got a mouse and we got to get rid of it. And so she comes down there. She's scared too now. She's like, she's watching the Coke can. She's like, oh. So we knock the Coke can in a trash can and run it outside. And she's beating the Coke box. You know Coke. You know what I'm talking Coke can? I mean Coke box. It had Cokes in it. Oh. We didn't put it in the refrigerator because you drink a lot of Cokes. If you get them cold, so you keep them hot, you don't drink them. So it takes a while. By the time you got cold, you're like, oh, I don't want that no more. Okay, so she knocks the Coke box on the floor. She's beating it. And I'm thinking, there is going to be guts come out of this mouse. The mouse never ran out, and so she starts tearing the box open with the broom, and a beetle fell out. A beetle. And that's when I thought, paralyzed. Paralyzed in fear. Couldn't leave my kitchen because of that mouse. And fear is false evidence appearing real. So many of our fears that we think about what people think of us and fear period is false evidence. It's normally not the truth of what the situation seems like. So when we let fear paralyze us in our business, we are letting it stop us dead in our tracks from moving forward and speaking to somebody, about this business and about what we have our hands on. And, you know, God has made us in His image. I mean, He's made us in His image, and we have so much inside of us to give to people, not just a wrap. Like I tell my team, I'm like, this wrap is great. We love this wrap. It's so cute. It can make you money, but it can't get you to heaven. And whenever we meet somebody, this business does give us the opportunity to talk about so much more than just making money. It has the potential to change eternal lives. I mean, that is a really big deal. If you don't know it, just wait till Judgment Day. You will, because it is a big deal. And so that is what we have, you know, that's what we have our hands on. Fear is the devil's twisted form of faith. That's what he uses in his faith. And I like to imagine it whenever I'm really like dealing with fear a lot. I'm thinking, okay, this is what this, I'm like a visual person too. I imagine I have 2 bank accounts. My faith bank account. Every time I walk in faith, my bank account grows. And I get stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, every time I walk in fear, that bank account grows. It grows and grows and grows. And pretty soon it's just interest. And you don't even have to be scared of anything. You're just living in fear. You don't even know what you're scared of. You're just living in fear because you grew that bank account. And that's how the devil uses it against us. He twists it around and he keeps us in a prison of fear. And I'm really tired of it. So, like, I've just taken a stand on it, you know, and I just really, that's my passion. Like, I just really, my team, this is No Fear April for my team. I'm tired of fear ruling us. I mean, it's just stealing from us. It really is stealing from us. And I'm finishing up, but I had a quote that I wanted to share with y'all because I love this quote. You can find it all over the internet. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard it. Oh, wait, I did want to tell y'all something. Okay. I want to say, you know, we tell you don't be afraid, but how do we get there? How do we get there? Okay. The first thing we have to do is we have to identify our fear. Because you cannot conquer anything you don't confront, and you cannot confront anything you don't identify. So we have to identify what it is that's holding us back. And the second thing we have to do is just do it afraid. We just have to do it because your faith will grow as we step out in that fear. And God is a rewarder of those that walk in what they're called to walk in. And He will reward you, and He will bless you, and He will, I mean, you'll just, when you're walking your purpose, just things happen. I mean, just the joy comes and the life comes, and there's a lot of them fears that we built in our mind, the state of mind, they seem to go a little bit lower. Like, I've given the devil a lot to work with over my life. Like, I have some pretty past crappy mistakes I've made. So he beat me with that for years and years and years. But I always knew I was supposed to talk to people. I always knew that, but I didn't. And when she called me and confirmed that, and I started stepping out and talking to people about what God can do for you, He is showing me the steps. So that fear of what people thought of me, though, that held me back for years, I don't want to anymore. Because He will. He'll hold you back. He doesn't want you to walk in your purpose at all. Okay? So anytime you feel fearful about something, just know, wait a minute, this must be my purpose. I have a girl who's like, I can't do parties. I said, there's purpose. The devil is telling you you cannot do a party. Somebody you're supposed to touch at a party. I mean, because she won't do parties. So figure out what is it that's holding you back and what's keeping you back from your purpose in life, and that's where you'll know that's what you're supposed to be doing, okay? Because that's what He wants. He wants to hold us back. I'm going to read this. I love this. You can look it up on Google. I have this hanging up all over me because it is so true. Listen to the words. It is so true. It'll be on my Facebook page. And y'all can friend request me because I'm very friendly. And like she said, I do have a thing called Closet Confessions. I got in my closet one day because I wanted to say something God said because I couldn't write it out and type it out. And so people started, I love how you just jump in your closet. Well, I jumped in my closet, got 3 kids, and they loud, and my husband's hyper. I mean, that's why I went in my closet. So, you know, and I'm blue, and they're like, I want to do a tour of your closet. I'm like, heck no, I'm blue. There's stuff everywhere. I mean, y'all can't do a tour of my closet. I do have a nice little walk-in one, but, you know. Okay, this is very good. So listen. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous?
or an ambassador? Actually, who are you not